first question I always ask is, a dad walks into your office, and we'll just say a dad who's been served with divorce papers. That's the most common that walks into my office.
Mm-hmm.
What are the first things you tell him and warn him about in the state of Pennsylvania?
Well, as to custody, I mean, I do tell them, I'm surprised it's an F minus. It is very pro 50-50, but there are factors that the court considers regarding custody. I mean, there was a House bill that was proposed that would make the presumption of joint physical custody,
Yep.
where a judge would have to submit a reason if they didn't do 50-50, but that failed. That bill failed because you don't want to just automatically assume every dad or mother is fit for 50-50 custody. But what I tell my clients is that the court is blind as to gender. And in practice, I find that is the case. What is most important is that you have the belief that you and the conviction that you should have custody, whether it's 50-50 or primary, and that you not give up. I tell my clients that they need to be in it for the long haul. Court takes time. And I have had dads, that got 50-50 that didn't see their kids for 2 months because the other side filed a frivolous protection from abuse. And it may have taken them a year to get through court, but if they were prepared mentally, they believed that they should have 50-50, and they took the case to trial and did the things they needed to do, that person walked away with 50-50. I have lots of dads who have primary custody because not every mother should have their children most of the time. It's really based on the facts, and you need to prepare your evidence. You need to be prepared to fight in court and not be afraid of a trial if you really want your children. A lot of men that I come across that want their children are afraid to stand up to the mother. They're afraid to litigate. And sometimes that's the only way you're going to get your fair share of the time.
I agree with that. I want to hold on that one is, so the number of men, and I know our viewer base, a lot of you guys are actively litigating. You're trying to do these things, false allegations, the whole 9 yards. There is a large chunk of men who one of two things occur. Number one is that they are terrified of what mom will do if they pursue this. Number two is they aren't willing to make the sacrifices required. I recently had a case where we actually got 50-50 custody for dad, but he refused to take a step back from work. And so we went in on a checkup 3 months later, and mom's like, hey, he drops the kids off every single morning that's after he has them overnight to go to school. And the judge is like, this makes no sense. So I know the comments are blowing up right now in terms of, because in general, it's a group of fighters here, and you guys are looking for knowledge. You guys are looking for information. You have to understand there is I would call it a silent majority of guys who just assume that they're going to get screwed. They aren't willing to put in that effort and understand that being a parent, not just a father, but being a parent that stays in it for the long haul is a very, very difficult thing to do. And it's something that parents who do that should be lauded for.